shock, shock, shock me, shock, shock, shock you, shock, shock, shock them,
Shock, shock.
all of us.
Yeah. Let's talk about the shortest song we have ever done.
Yeah. Last year when we were, well, it was kind of a boring story actually, but we were in Bergen, outside Bergen, and we went for a walk. We lived at this bed and breakfast thing, and we went for a walk, and we came by this high voltage thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I said something, it would be cool if we had a song about shock.
Yeah.
Shock
And
treatment or something.
electricity or whatever.
Yeah. So we might have thought about the shock.
Yeah, that's
you.
typical us when we go for a walk. We come up with a lot of ideas that get lost during the walk before we can get home and record it or whatever. But this time we actually remembered.
It wasn't that hard to remember.
No,
really.
it wasn't.
But I think the day after we started goofing around a bit more with the song and the concept that why not have an easy rock punk kind of project, which was like the beginning and the end of something we tried to call Skullcrackers.
Yeah.
And
We have been toying with the idea before because we wanted something that was really easy and not be associated with our other stuff that is usually more complicated and
very
yeah,
80s.
yeah. So it was just an idea at the time that we didn't really think more about.
Yeah, we more like had almost 10 years ago. I don't remember what we called this. I think it was Skullcrackers back then as
Yeah,
well.
I think so.
Yeah, so that's why we more like brought forth the name again and the idea about easy rock, easy punk attitude music.
Yeah.
But there's nothing easy about us. We're really very complicated.
Yes.
So we started recording the song. I remember writing the lyrics in the car on the way home from Bergen. It took me like 2 minutes, using the Iron Maiden kind of concept that, well, they'd sing the same verse through the song,
yeah.
and I wrote like 2 or 3 verses and I shuffled. Okay,
I remember you struggle with that because you want to tell more,
Yeah,
but you can't if you're gonna have it like the first Iron Maiden album.
No, because when you're a lyricist, it's very hard to narrow it down. I wanted to write all the lyrics,
Yeah.
but it felt right to like shuffle the few verses I wrote around, and it doesn't sound like the same all over.
But I think we can all agree that we don't know what the hell the song is about.
No. It's kind of like maybe what's the first one? Like Standing Still, Can't Go On, Frozen by Fear, Judgment is Near. Again, like you can be very shocked by something. It doesn't have to be electricity. It can be something really shocking happening in the world, or not just nearby somewhere that shocked the hell out of you. And yeah, so it's like kind of just a shock.
Whatever you think it's about, it is about.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
It's up to you. Yeah. So I remember we watched Less Than Zero when we came home that same autumn, and you know, the Slayer Inagada Vida. And you took that idea because it's a good cover version.
Yeah.
So you kind of used that idea
That
to
simple raw style.
Yeah, to make the song kind of trashy, punky-ish sounding. And I think we recorded the vocals, and I was starting to lay down the bass, the slap in the bass. But somewhere down the line, it stopped.
I think
we forgot to pay the electricity bill. They cut the power. And no more shock, no more Skullcrackers.
Well, to be honest, it's not quite our style of music. We like a lot of melody and complicated stuff and everything mixed into a good blend of metal and hard rock and stuff. So this was a very different song for us, and it was maybe the song, even though it sounds crazy, maybe the song I worked hardest on, because I was never comfortable with it.
No, you really wanted it to work,
yeah.
but almost too much. We wanted
Yeah.
to almost cut it for
Yeah.
this album.
Because I don't want to talk bad about bands like AC/DC or stuff, but I can't listen to too easy music. It doesn't appeal to me at all. So having a too easy song is quite a struggle for me to accept into my albums, to put it like that. But with a few twists and turns, like the chugga 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 rhythm at the start.
Yeah, like we wanted
when
something running free.
Yeah, running free, like that kind of vibe combined with the AC/DC style and in the Gadawira. And in the end, I think it was the last song I finished, and I was kind of, it's not too shabby now.
It's the first song we started. Remember, it's
Yeah.
been almost a year. It's over
Yeah.
a year old.
Yeah.
The idea, the song, the skeleton of the song is a year old.
So as crazy as it sounds, since it's
And I think
just
you put,
2 minutes long, it took one goddamn years.
Because that's why we don't do easy.
Yeah, we don't do
It's
it.
very complicated with us. So
But we got a renewed respect for the easy songs and the band who play easy music. Because
yeah,
it's
there's
not that
absolutely
easy.
nothing wrong with it. Sometimes you just want something fun and easy going, like
Yeah.
easy rock band. And I remember you said the last week before we more like completed the album, you said you had listened to some Sex Pistols and you took another added the last guitar riff to the song, and you could finally now I can sing.
Yeah.
Or else we just had to have postponed the album release because we would have started over with a completely new idea, a new song, and left the fucking shock song be. No more electricity.
Yeah.
Live in the dark ages from now on.
But that's how we work too, because we don't want to leave any idea or song behind. We really want to make it work. So we work hard on every idea we have, even although it might be stupid or simple or whatever, we have to make it work somehow.
Yeah, sometimes you just take that one riff. If the rest of the song or just the idea you recorded doesn't work, but that one riff, that can be used for another song. That doesn't have to be that fucking song. It's gonna be that song. No, it doesn't have to. You can take that riff, put it into something else, and it turns into something else.
Yeah.
And the combination of everything that works and doesn't work, that's the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
All in all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's shock.
It's shock for you.
So, and we were kind of thinking about ending the album with the song as well. Like maybe people stop listening by now. But we decided no,
we
don't
can't
want
go out like that.
it sounds like we're being electrocuted at the end, but we can't go on like that. So that's why it's the 7th song on the album instead, because we rather wanted to add the...
I have to say that I don't want to sound disrespectful to bands like Iron Maiden, because they're like gods to me. But I in my early days, I had problems accepting a song like Running Free, because again, it's so simple and so different.
I want a divorce.
Yeah, it was pretty close to a divorce when I said, but I've listened to it so many times now. I kind of get it, you know. Oh, hear the live version.
Epic.
Yeah,
What the fuck?
but it's a fun song. It's a fun song, and it's a fun song, and with the funny drums and the punk attitude and. Just another example of song that's so easy and just kicks ass. Really easy explanation of a song like that.
Yeah, because sometimes you can't have like being all progressive and keep people's ass with something progressive. It's not the 4/4. It's like 4 fucking punches in a row.
Yeah.
The progressive people will like go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, you don't have it. No, you need easy sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do.
So But it was no easy talking about the song.
No.
Evidently.
So
And
now
we
you
ramble
know,
on.
kind of know how much thought it went into this.
Struck by lightning.
Yeah. So maybe
65 times.
if it turns out to be a timeless classic like Running Free, you will see how much work we put into it and how much thought, even though it's
1
just
year.
2
1 fucking
minutes.
year.
Okay.
That's it?
Yes.
Yeah, just put your finger in the socket there. Go out with a bang.
No thanks.
No thanks. Okay. Shut off.
See ya.